Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome back to the social science session, children. We have completed about the lines of globe almost. We have seen what are latitudes, longitudes, everything we have seen, and we have seen the various time zones, the local time, standard time, international standard time, Greenwich meridian time, everything we have seen, right? So with that we are going to continue with the next part in the same lesson. We'll just have a quick recap on what we have studied already. So what is local time? Local time is nothing but the time which is in a particular meridian. The time within a meridian is local time. Clear? Time within a meridian. Clear? So how is the time difference being calculated? We have seen Earth takes one full day, that is 24 hours for one rotation, right? 24 hours, one rotation, which means 360 degrees, right? And after that we have calculated that it takes 1 hour to complete 15 degrees, right? Which means 4 minutes to complete 1 degree, right? So based on this, each degree, after 1 degree, the time differs 4 minutes. That is the second line, that is the second degree line is 4 minutes behind the first degree, right? So if the time in 1 degree longitude is 9:30 AM, okay, then what will be the time in second degree? Second degree, it will be 9:26 AM. Clear? That is how the time is being calculated. Now we have seen standard time. Standard time is nothing but the time which is taken as a central meridian of a particular country. When one country falls under 2 or 3 meridians, the centralmost meridian is called as standard meridian, and the time is calculated based on that standard meridian. So based on that standard meridian, the entire country will follow the time. That is called as standard time. Clear? So for India, what we have seen as standard time, what we mention as standard time, it is Indian Standard Time, IST. Clear? Then we get into time zone. Time zone is nothing but the areas which fall under the same time, right? So the 2 or 3 places, whatever the places may be, when it fall under the same time group, okay, we call it as the same time zone, right? And we have seen Greenwich meridian time, the time which is mentioned in the Greenwich meridian, which is the prime meridian of longitude, we have seen, right? So that is the centralmost meridian. So the Greenwich meridian time is the time which is prevalent in Greenwich. Based on that time, plus or minus the hours are calculated for all the countries over the world. Clear? So for India, what is the Greenwich meridian time? It is GMT plus 5 hours and 30 minutes. I've told you, right? So GMT plus 5.30 is Indian Standard Time. Clear? Yes. Now we are going to see how we are calculating the time. Clear? So the earth, as I said earlier, earth moves from west to east. Earth goes like this. So while going that way, the places to the east of prime meridian, right? See, if this is the earth structure, this is the prime meridian, okay, Greenwich meridian. Okay, the places to the east, this is east and this is west, right? So what happens? For each 15 degrees, the local time is ahead an hour. So which means this, if this is a 15 degree and the next place 15 degree, the same way. So if the parts are divided as each 15 degrees, right? So this place is 15 degrees ahead this place, which means this is 1 hour ahead this zone, right? So that is how the time is calculated. If the Greenwich meridian time is this point and this is 1 hour, this is 1 hour ahead the Greenwich time and this is 2 hours ahead the Greenwich time. Clear? That is how it is calculated. Then the same way when it comes to the western side, okay, it is the GMT time is 1 hour behind the, the local time is 1 hour behind the GMT. Clear? I'm repeating it again, children. From west to east the earth moves. So to all the places which are to the east of prime meridian, okay. So any place which is on the eastern side of the prime meridian, it is 1 hour, each 15 degree is 1 hour ahead the Greenwich meridian time. The same way for the western side of the Greenwich meridian, that is this area, the time is for each 15 degrees, it is 1 hour behind the Greenwich meridian. So this area is 1 hour behind the Greenwich time and this will be 2 hours behind. The same way it goes on. Am I clear to you? So this is, why is the change? This is because the places to the east of the Greenwich meridian, okay, any place which is on the eastern side sees the sun earlier. Why? Because the sun rises in the east. So these areas sees the sun earlier and the west side sees the sun later, okay. So if that is how we are calculating the time. See, for example, if the Greenwich meridian time is 5 p.m. okay. So what will happen? See, this is Greenwich meridian and the time is 5 p.m. here, okay. So what happens? 15 degrees to, this is the east and this is west. Here you can see the directions, right? So this is east and this is west. So what happens on the eastern side after this 15 degrees, okay, the time will be 6 p.m. while the 15 degrees to the western side, this is 15 degrees east, okay. So it is 6 p.m. but in the western side, that is 15 degrees west, it is going to be 4 p.m. Clear? So the Greenwich time is 5. So to the eastern side of Greenwich time, it is going to be 1 hour ahead. We have seen that. So the Greenwich, the 15 degrees ahead of Greenwich meridian, the time is going to be 6 p.m. and 15 degrees west, okay, the time is going to be 4 p.m. because it is 1 hour behind the Greenwich time. So to know the time based on Greenwich meridian time, based on the Greenwich meridian time, if we have to calculate the time all over the world, any country for that matter, we should know the longitude of the place, right? So if we have to calculate a particular country's time based on the Greenwich meridian time, we should know the longitude of the place, which means where is the country located, the degree east or degree west. We should know that. That is the first main thing. Then we should know in which zone the country falls in. That is, it is GMT plus 5.5, for example, GMT plus 5.5 hours for India. The same way how the time is being calculated for the other country based on GMT. We should know these two details and then we can calculate the time of a particular country easily. Okay. So what we will do is we will add or subtract the difference of the number of hours from the given longitude. Okay. I will explain you by calculating a time. So we are moving to a sum. Okay. See, if the Greenwich meridian time is 10 a.m. Okay. So GMT is 10 a.m. Okay. So what is the time at Mumbai, which is 73 degrees east? Okay. So how are we going to calculate? We have seen already that Greenwich meridian's longitude is 0 degrees, right? So this is 0 degree. We have seen that this is 73 degrees east, which means to the prime meridian, this side is east and this side is west, right? So what should we do? The degrees of the place which we require time is 73. So what should we do? We should first subtract this from, we should subtract the Greenwich longitude from this one, which means 73 degrees minus 0 degrees, which will give 73 degrees. Okay, which means if the time is 10 a.m. in Greenwich meridian, the time is going to be, we have seen 1 degree, it is equal to 4 minutes. So the time in Mumbai is going to be 73 into 4. Clear? So 73 into 4, which is equal to 4 3s are 12, 1, 7 4s are 28 plus 1, 29. 292 minutes. Okay, we will get it directly only in minutes. So 292 minutes ahead 10 a.m. Clear? Greenwich time is 10 o'clock in the morning. So the time in Mumbai is plus 292 minutes after this 10 a.m. Okay, so what is this 292 minutes in hours? How can we convert it in hours? We can divide it by 60. So 292 when divided by 60. 64s are 240. The balance will be 52. Okay. So the quotient will be the hours and the remainder will be the minutes, which means the time ahead GMT is 4 hours and 52 minutes. Okay, that is 10 o'clock plus 4 hours and 52 minutes. The time is 10 there. So adding to that only the time will be calculated in Mumbai. So 10 plus 452, when you add you get 1452. We all know that after 12 in the afternoon the time will be 13:14 is also there, right? In 24 hours calculation format we make it as 13:14, which means so 14 is nothing but 2 p.m. in the afternoon, right? So the time is 2:52 p.m. in Mumbai. Was that clear? So based on the GMT time, we are calculating the time in Mumbai. So the same way we will solve a couple of problems so that it will be even more clear to you. So the time in Mumbai is given now. See, the Greenwich time is not given. The time in Mumbai is 10 a.m. Okay. So then what is the time in Tokyo? Clear? See, first thing you have to know is Mumbai is 73 degree east, okay, and the Tokyo is 140 degrees east. Clear? So we have to calculate the time in Tokyo based on the time of Mumbai. Here Greenwich meridian time is not given. Mumbai time is given and the degree of the longitudinal degree of Mumbai and Tokyo is given. So let us see how we are going to calculate. So as we did in earlier problem, we will subtract the given degree minus the Greenwich time. Here we don't have Greenwich time, so we will be subtracting this 73 degrees from this 140 degrees. And one most important thing we have to see is both are in the same direction. This is also east and that is also east. So we will subtract. So first what we will do, 140 minus 73, which is 67 degrees. Okay, this is the first step. So we have subtracted the longitudinal degree of Tokyo and the Mumbai longitudinal degree has been subtracted from the Tokyo's longitudinal degree. Clear? So from this we have seen 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes, right? That is how the earth is rotating. So the same way 67 degrees is equal to 67 into 4. Clear? So 67 into 4 is nothing but 7 4s are 28, 2, 6 4s are 24 plus 2, 26. So 268 minutes. What is this? 268 minutes ahead Mumbai time, right? So 268 when divided by 60, because this is in minutes, we have to convert it into hours and minutes. So 60 when 268 when divided by 60, we will get 4, 240, the remainder will be 28. Clear? So this is hours and this is minutes. So what is the time in Tokyo? We will be calculating it as 10 plus 4 hours and 4 hours and 28 minutes will be added to 10 o'clock. So 4:28, which is 14:28. So 14:28 is nothing but 2:28 p.m. is the time in Tokyo. Clear? This is how we are going to calculate the time. So we have seen both longitudes are in east direction and that is how we have calculated it now. So we will see one problem in western direction. Clear? So the Mumbai time is given and with that we are going to calculate the time in New York, which is 74 degrees west. Okay. See, this is 73 degrees east. This is 74 degrees west. Clear? So let us see how we are going to calculate. See, when it was on the same direction, east and east, we just subtracted it because we have already come, the last problem for example, we have already come up to 73 degrees and it was 140 degrees. So what we did, 140 minus 73 we taken into calculation. But now this is on the western side, completely the other side, which means from 73 degrees east in Mumbai, we have to travel up to 180 and then it goes up to 74 degree in the western side. Clear? So what should we do? This 73 and 74 has to be added here. When the directions are different, clear, it takes a complete round to come to the western direction. So 73 has to be added with 74. If it is on the same direction, we will be subtracting it. So 73 plus 74 is 147 degrees. Clear? So we, as the calculation still is the same. So 1 degree is 4 minutes. So 147 degree is equal to 147 into 4, which is 7 4s are 28, 2 4 4s are 16 plus 2 18, 1, 4 ones are 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So 588 minutes. So what will we do with this 588 minutes? We cannot calculate with this minute calculation itself, or we can convert it to hours also, but keep it in mind, the directions are different. When the directions are same, we added the time we got as answer. We added the answer along with the given time, but the directions are different. This is east and the other one is west. So what we will do is, we will have to subtract this from that time. Clear? So when we subtract this, we will get the time in New York. This is because we also know that the day starts on the eastern side of the Greenwich meridian and the western side is a little behind us, correct? So we have to subtract this 588 minutes, that is 588 when divided by 60, okay? 6 nines are 54, so 540, the balance will be 48, right? So the difference is 9 hours and 48 minutes. Okay, so 9 hours and 48 minutes has to be subtracted from 10 a.m. Is that clear? So from 10 a.m. when we subtract this 9 hours and 48 minutes. See, from 10 hours we subtract first the 9 hours. So the balance will be 1 hour, right? 10 minus 9, it is 1 hour. In that 1 hour we will deduct this 40 minutes. 1 hour is nothing but 60 minutes. So this 48 minutes we will deduct as 60 minus 40. The answer is 12 minutes. So when it is only 12 minutes, what is the time then? It is 12 a.m. Clear? You would have seen on your mobile phones when it crosses 12 a.m. in the morning, either it will show like this or it will show like this. Have you seen? So this is how the time is being calculated. So it is clear, the time in Mumbai is 10 a.m. then the time in New York is 12 a.m. Clear? So this is how we are calculating the time. Now we are moving on to the next topic, international date line. See, we have seen that time varies from place to place and each 15 degree differs by 1 hour, right? So 1 hour for every 15 degrees is the change. So this creates lots of confusion for the international travelers, right? So what happens? The date, see, if each 15 degree differs by time, at some point of time the date itself will differ, right? So for that convenience, the 180 degree meridian was the point where the date is said to be started. Clear? So we have seen from the earth, okay, this is 0 degrees. So each 15 degrees goes one by one, and at 180 degrees, this is the meridian point where the day starts. Clear? So at 180 degree meridian, we see that the day is starting. So it is the place where the calendar day changes to the next day. At this 180 degree meridian, the day changes from today to tomorrow, yesterday to today. This is the point. Clear? So if the 180 degree longitude, see, if this is 180 degree longitude, this part, okay, this part has, see, for example, today's date is 18th June. So if this part is 18th June, then this part is 17th June. Clear? So that is how the time difference impacts a day. Okay, so on either side of 180 degrees, of the longitude, there is a difference of 1 day. Clear? That is what I have mentioned. So, if the eastern side, if it is 17th June, the western side it is going to be 16th June. Clear? So, this 180-degree line which I mentioned now is called as the international date line. Okay, at this point only the date changes from one day to other day, and this line is called as international date line. So, a person who travels from east to west. Okay, I am making it even more clear. Okay, this is international date line. Okay, this is eastern side and this is western side, right? See what I said, the date here is 18th June and the date here is 17th June. Okay, when a person travels from east to west, so when he comes from here to here, he is still on 17th, but 18th has already started there. So he gets one more day again. He is getting another 17th date. Clear? Here he is already there in 17. Now 18th he is starting from here. He comes there. He is still there in the previous day. Clear? The same way the person traveling from west to east, who comes from here. See, here it is 17th only. On 17th he is starting from west. He is reaching to the east. So what is the date there? It is 18 there. It is already 18 there. So he loses a day. Clear? A person traveling from east to west gets one more day, and a person traveling from west to east loses one day. Clear? So this is the place of international date line. Okay? So the gap is there because this is the previous day and this is the current day. Okay, so if this place is on 18th, this place is on 17th. This is exactly the point. So if you go and stand in this place and take a snap, you are enjoying 2 days there, right? So this is the international date line which is located in the midway of Pacific Ocean. This is how the line divides. Okay, so this is the complete part which is on previous date, and this is the current date. This is on 18th, this is on 18th June, and this part is on 17th June. Clear? So this is the island which is in Pacific Ocean where the international date line is passing through. This is the place. This is the view from a flight. Okay? So we have completed about time calculation, we have completed about date calculation. Now we are moving to the earth grid. Okay, the final topic of the lesson. See, we have seen that the latitudes and longitudes intersect each other. In my previous session itself I told you that the latitudes go this way, longitudes go this way, and each line intersect each other in right angle. All these points are right angle, which is 90 degree. Okay, so this intersection point is called as coordinate. Okay, it is called as coordinate. So when marking a particular place, okay, see for example the location in London, it is 51.5 degrees north latitude and 0.05 degrees west longitude. Okay, so it is 51.5 degrees north latitude and it is 0.05 degrees west longitude. So these are called as coordinates. Coordinates of London. Clear? That is how each place in the globe has its own coordinate, a latitude and a longitude. So the network, okay, the lines, all these latitudes and longitudes, when they intersect, they form a box like structure, right? So this crisscrossing box is called as earth grid. So you can see the entire globe structure. These are longitudes, meridians, these are parallels, that is latitudes. So this point, okay, this point is nothing but this is 40 degrees and here it is 30 degrees. This is called as coordinate. So if we are marking a point here, see for example, if we are marking a point here, it is 30 degrees and it is 30 degrees, okay, 30 degree north and 30 degree east. So that is called as coordinate, and this box structure is nothing but earth grid. So with this we have come to the end of this chapter, lines on a globe. Let's see you in next session.